most of my life, and recently switched to refrigerating. Love it. I would never go back and drive it. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit with the refrigerator. It's a little bit more go. Drive in is a little bit more chilling. You don't have to. The appointments are, they give you more time. They give you more, how am I gonna say, more flexibility. But with the reefer is more go, and that's what I love about it, because I wanna go on the road, stay 3, 4, 5 days, make money, go back home. But and I'm grateful that the reefer is allowing me to do that right now. So, and as I made in one of my previous videos, I'm in Indiana right now. Finally, it's 58 degrees outside. It's been, for the past 2 months, it's been miserable here. I mean, it was anywhere between, negative 15 to negative 20. And it's just, it was, the winter definitely was brutal this year. But yeah, one of the videos also that I made at the beginning, I had the truck street pipe, and it was driving me crazy. It was just obnoxiously loud. So finally went and I put 18-inch resonator, which it did slow down, the drone a little bit. I didn't like it. Pulled it off, and I put 30-inch resonator, and now it's loud, but it's not drony inside. So so far I like it. Like I said, it's a very old truck. It's a 1998. Still a lot more to it. Looking into different options for painting. A couple of people gave me a quote, but the biggest problem with that is you really have to drop off the truck for at least month and a half, and I know it's going to take that long. I have some shops telling me it's going to take 2 weeks, 3 weeks, but if they're going to do the things right, it's going to take a minimum of month and a half, and that means month and a half I'll be sitting home. So, and I don't have another truck in work while this one is in the shop. So we'll see. I'm going to try probably to do that by the end of the year. Maybe around after the Christmas or something. That's when the work slows down for us a little bit. So, hopefully I get out of it. What I'm expecting and what I'm imagining. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, it's a 13 speed, and usually it's very simple to shift, and I flow gears. That's the way that I kind of taught myself when I started. That's the way that my dad did, and I kind of learned from him, and that's the way that I taught myself to shift. I only use clutch to put it in a gear, and then I just flow through the gears without using the clutch, so I hardly ever use a clutch. And it's just it takes a practice. Number one, number two, just you gotta know what you're doing. I've seen guys drive trucks for 40 years, and still when they're shifting, they're jerking the truck, and they're slamming into gears, and they're breaking everything, and it's just some people are not meant for these things, and that's okay. We can't be all doctors, we can't be all airplane pilots, and in my opinion we can't be all drivers, but unfortunately a lot of people get into this line of work mainly because of the income. They never like it. I know guys that've been doing this for 20 plus years and they hate it, but they're in just because they don't have anything else to do to make money. Yeah, I've been around trucks all my life. When we came from Europe, my dad owned trucks back home, and when we came to the United States, that's the only thing that I wanted to do. So we started the company, and started with the 1, 2, 3, 4, and we had a few trucks back then, but owning trucks and having drivers, it's such a headache that I wouldn't wish up on anybody. We did it for a while, and it wasn't worth it, the headache. So after I got married, me and my wife, we kind of opened our own thing. So it's been good. It's been good. I like it. Especially now with this. Before this truck, I had a brand new P, the 389. I liked it, but I didn't like using the ELD. And a lot of you guys, if you don't know what the ELD is, it's an electronic logging device. So basically, it was connected with your ECM on the motor. So it would time you out, and you literally would have to be a mathematician to figure the times. When you're gonna, I can't predict how long it's gonna take a shipper to load or receiver to unload. So it was very difficult. And then I had that truck for about 3 years, paid it off, and everybody knew my truck, so I sold it in a day. And came across this one, and I was a little bit skeptical too, because I was, my 389, it was 2017. I bought a brand new. I was the first one to get in the truck, so I was a little bit, worried and a little bit thinking, how am I going to get used to this now? Because I'm coming from a brand new truck to a 23-year-old truck, and never had a cat, like I was saying before. This one has a cat in it. The one that I sold, it had Cummins in it. But the best thing I ever did, I fell in love with the truck, fell in love with the motor, fell in love with the whole setup. That's why I went in a refrigerated. Because a buddy of mine that was selling it, he was selling the truck in a trailer. And in the beginning, I wasn't going to buy a trailer, but then I just, my trailer is stainless steel. It's painted to match the truck, and I just couldn't let it go. Basically, I went into the refrigerator, didn't know anything about it. And and a lot of people try to scare you. It's stories, oh, it's always heavy, or, oh, it's always night delivery. No, it's not. Majority is, I'm not going to disagree with that, but there's still a lot more loads that you can actually book, the way that you want to book, and you don't have to deliver at 2, 3 a.m. in the morning, and you can run your own schedule. It's just like everything else, it takes time to find the right contacts. But I've been doing it now for about 6 months, and I love it. And like I said, since I got the truck, I went through a lot of things. Put the new radiator, we did the old bearings, we did the old seals on the axles, resealed the both rear ends. We did a lot of work. Now we're going through pretty much the same thing with the trailer. But I do majority of the mechanical work on the truck. I would say about 90%. Anything that needs to be done, I kind of get greasy and dirty. I'm not afraid to get greasy and dirty. And I have a buddy of mine that comes out and helps me once in a while. But majority it's me. So that's why I got this old truck, because if I wasn't the one that does all the work, mostly all the work on the truck, I would never get an old truck. And I always recommend everybody, if you don't know how to fix shit, don't buy a don't buy a old and used truck because it's going to cost you. You know, the labor in the United States is very, very expensive. I think the outgoing rate right now is about $170 an hour. And I mean, it wouldn't even be bad if they actually charge you the hours that they spend working on the truck. But every job has book hours, so you know, even if it takes them 2 hours to do something, they're gonna still charge you, let's say, 7 hours by the book, which is ridiculous in my opinion. But you know, that's how they make money. But yeah, so far I like it. And I just thought to make a video from inside. Hopefully the picture is gonna be good, and hopefully you guys can hear me right. I know it's a little bit louder inside, but there's no drone, thank God for that. I can't stand drone. But yeah, I'm on my way to deliver this load. It should I have an appointment at 4 p.m. so hopefully we get something today or first thing in the morning I can load up and take it back to Florida and kind of spend the weekend with the kids and with the wife, and then comes Monday, Tuesday, grab something and go back again. But yeah, well, so I'm sure you guys a little bit from the inside of the truck. So, all right, guys, be safe. Bye.